Hello, my name is Gareth Evans. So many people ask me to show them how I create my arrangements on YouTube, so I thought, why not? Flashlight is a song by Jessie J from the film Pitch Perfect 2. In this new mini-series, I'm going to talk you through the process of how I created and developed the arrangement. If you enjoy the video, be sure to click like. So we are going to start at the very start of this arrangement, which is the intro. And the original version does have a nice piano melody in the intro. So the first thing we've got to do is try and figure out how to play all those notes on our guitar and where to play them, and also where to put the capo. There's a lot of questions, so let's break it down. First things first, how we figure out what notes are being played. What I do is I put my earphones on and I have the video on YouTube or the song on Spotify on repeat. And I might repeat a certain section like the intro, like we're talking about here, over and over again. Just like a 3 or 4 second part of it, over and over again. And on repeat, with my guitar with me, trying to pick out each individual note. So that is the first process that you have to go through. This particular song, the intro, the melody notes anyway, play like this. If you are still struggling to get this melody, one top tip that I have for you is you should sing out the melody with your voice. Sing out the notes. Da, 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 da. Which is what I do when I'm listening back. I've got my headphones on, I'm singing da, 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 and then I've got the melody in my head coming out of my voice, and all I've got to do is find them notes on my guitar. So that's my top tip. Now, the problem with this is that this song is in a B flat, a key, which means the first chord is a B flat. Whichever way you look at it, B flat is always a bar chord without a capo. So it goes from B to C to F and then to B again. Now, figuring out these chords is something that comes with time, but usually you pick the lowest note that you can hear throughout a section. So we're looking at the first 4 bars of the song. That's all you need to look at for now. Pick out the lowest note that you hear. If that fails, then do a search on simple guitar tabs on Google and you'll probably come up with the right chords somewhere. Or you could look at somebody else's interpretation on YouTube. I've done that a few times, especially when I first started out. I used to watch other people's interpretations and look where they're playing. It also helps with capo positions as well, and might give you a few clues as to where to put your capo. Now, in this arrangement, I decided to put my capo on the 3rd fret. The reason I had mine on 3rd fret, I will explain to you in more detail later on. It's more to do with the chorus than it is the intro. This intro, if you put the capo on the 3rd fret, it makes that initial B chord that we had, a bar chord, it makes that into a G position or G chord. So what was before down here or here, with the capo, now makes it into a G. Okay, makes it a lot easier to play. So if you look at the other chords in the sequence too, we've got G, we've got A, and then we've got D, and then G. All nice open chords, and it's exactly what you're looking for when you're looking at where you're going to place your capo. The other option for where to put your capo is on the 5th fret, simply because the first chord becomes an F, 2nd chord a G, 3rd chord is a C, and then F. Okay, they're not, in my opinion, not as good chords for an interpretation because you do have that F chord in there, which is a bar chord and difficult to play. Although the other two, the G and C, are open chords which make it easy. Another option for where to put the capo would be the 8th fret. So we would begin with a D chord to start, and then E for the second one, A shape, and then back to D. The problem with having your capo so far up is that you're so limited. You've only got a certain amount of frets left to play with. So I wouldn't advise putting your capo anything above the 5th fret for an interpretation. Very rarely would I do that. I would rather tune my guitar down. So the next thing you have to do is you have to add in some bass along with your melody. You add in one single bass note at the beginning of each of your bars. So you've got which note to play is generally the root note of your chord. So because this is G chord, you're playing the root note, which is the lowest note here. So and again, you're playing that melody on the chord of A. Okay, so the root note is the open 5th string. Okay, you could play it up here, 2. Because the open 5th string is the same as the 5th fret on the 6th string. You could do that as well. That's an option. We always like to keep our options open when making arrangements. Next chord is a D. So again, it's just the open 4th string is your root note on the D. And then back to the G again for the last one. So another top tip that I've got for you at this stage is you need to learn to write guitar tabs, and you should write down your arrangement for future reference. There is nothing worse than forgetting your arrangement the next time you pick up your guitar and you have to start all over again. One thing that you must grasp at this stage is if you compare my final arrangement, it has this advanced technique called pinch harmonics, artificial harmonics. At this stage, you don't need the advanced techniques, you just need to keep it simple, and that is really important. I think a lot of people miss that, is that you do have to start very simple just to figure out the song, figure out where it is on the guitar before you add in the extra techniques, the extra difficulty that makes it sound good and that makes it look good. It's a key concept for any arrangement, and you must remember that. My decision to try and emulate the light, airy feel to the piano part at the start ended up in me choosing to do these harmonics, which play like this. Now obviously this is an advanced technique and it's not always possible for you guys to do this, but I decided to do it because it's so closely resembles the sound of the original. That's why I went with it. A last note on the harmonics part, we're basically taking that original melody, all we're doing is taking that original melody and just giving them harmonics. So all you're doing is giving the artificial harmonics 12 frets. 12 frets above where you normally would fret. You're just playing a pinch harmonic. More on pinch harmonics in a different lesson. I won't go into detail here. But that's what I did and why I did it, basically. In part 2 of this lesson, I will be discussing how I arranged the verse section of the song. Part 2 is going to be published to my second channel, Gareth Evans Extras. You can find a link for that on the screen, in an annotation, or down in the description of this video. If you did enjoy the series, I will make more in future. Just let me know. Click the thumbs up button, leave a comment down below. Until next time, bye for now.